circuits. Here is your starting grid then. Takahira on pole from Mizawa and Adaki, an all-Japanese front row. An all-Japanese top four with Matani starting at the spearhead of row 2 with Pratama and Hafai joining him. Puetazan, Ogiwara and Nicholas are on row 3. Watch out for Puetazan. He needs to win the race really today to stand any chance of claiming the title. Al Sahuti, the green flag waves in the background. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is going to be a spectacular occasion in Malaysia. The red lights come on, and we are underway for race 2. It looks like another good start from the middle of the second row for the number 21 of Azara. But
start for the man leading the championship, through from the middle of the second row to sit second, right behind the man that fired away from pole position, and he's not wasting any time. Rolls around the outside of him at turn 3. If he's able to get the job done, he's done it already. Brilliant from Pratama inside the opening sector. He hits the front.
Adaki making amends for a poor start.
Because look at that, already the elastic starting to stretch between these riders in the lead group.
Around turn 11 they go, down into the left-hander of turn 12, the fast sweeping left-hander. Then they flick it right for turn 13, and then it's all about the back straight. Friends games going on this weekend in this race. Takahira's all out for victory. He makes the move up the inside, uses the slipstream to great effect, and Takahira it is, the pole sitter, who retakes the lead at the end of lap 1, and Adaki is up to 3rd place.
Pratama was a little bit timid on the brakes into the opening corner then. To say that they were side by side going into the brakes at turn 15, Takahira was able to bring out a huge advantage, but that may well have compromised his drive, because back into the lead goes Veda Pratama.
Certainly does. Pratama bites straight back. How many times have we seen that in 2020?
Perhaps here into 9 for Takahira, and he's going to take that opportunity as well. Look at the Japanese rider firing through. We may well have got away with it, but back at the front, look at Takahira having a good look to his right-hand side there to see the number 7 swoop around the outside. Well, that's Marc Marquez versus Valentino Rossi-esque.
Azawa's also on the inside. Pratama on the outside. It's going to be Azawa who breaks late into the final corner. Adaki up the inside, so he goes from P4 to P2, down into turn 1.
Well, this wasn't in the plan for Veda Pratama, was it? He's going to get swamped into the opening corner, just as we saw a couple of laps.
And claw his way back into the victory fight. Pratama looking to bounce back straight away up the inside of Matani, not this time around, but...
This is Motegi-esque, I feel, Elliot. The fact that he's at the start, hit the front, tried to break clear, tried to put some pressure on, but wasn't able to make too many inroads as he has a big look up the inside into turn 2 there. Deary me, that was motocross style. Now it's Ogiwara that hits the front, but for how long? Well, long enough. He's able to hold it from Adaki, who's having a good lead it out of the opening corner. He tries to be as defensive as possible, hugging the white line on the inside, and he gets absolutely swamped. Just look at that, from 1st all the way back to 5th on the brakes into the opening corner. That just proves it is almost impossible to...
leading, unless you've got a decent gap, of course, out of the final corner, because to be coming onto the last lap in the lead, you're going to get swamped into turn 1. Pratama then up the inside, kept his powder dry for a couple of laps, didn't he, Pratama? But now he is the race leader once again. It'll be interesting to see what Adaki does here. Is he going to dive up the inside down at turn 11? No, it's going to be Takahira on the number 9. He did that last time around. Takahira is super strong down into turn 9. Pratama tries to hang it around the outside. That's a wonderful double overtaking move for Takahira. Is Adaki going to have a go into turn 11? No, not quite.
Brilliant from Takahira. He looks so strong under brakes, does the number 9 so far. And once again, Pratama's going to roll around the outside. Is he? Oh, what a move that is from the Indonesian. Deary me, that was too close to comfort. 6 laps remaining. Pratama hits the front. He's got clear track ahead of him. What kind of a gap can he put into the riders behind? Well, not much, because here comes Eamon Adaki.
Thought about it, didn't he? Adaki up the hill into turn 4, but just tucked back. Is he going to do it this time around? No. Ogiwara up the inside of Takahira this time.
There we go, big move from Adaki, squeezing through. Pratama has the door and hit the front as well. Great move from Ogiwara. The pair of them run wide though, on the curbs on the inside. Pratama, is he going to roll around the outside again? He's going to try his best. He moved through to 2nd at least. Adaki.
Number 16 leads the race, but not for long. It was about a corner and a half. Pratama uses the slipstream to great effect. Last of the late breakers down into the final corner, hangs it around the outside. There's a few different lines you can take. That is exactly where Pratama went down yesterday. Adaki making a small mistake, but it could be a costly one. Azara trying to hang it around the outside. Now then, that gap is half a second, but it looks a little bit more than that to me. A downside down at turn 9. Now what can Ozawa do to try and catch Pratama? We've seen this so often, Jack, haven't we? Pratama just gets a little bit of an advantage in the races that...
They have to work together here. You can see the thumbs up, I imagine, going in the direction of Veda. The men behind him, it's up to 0.8 of a second. This is it. Is this the break for the lead? Deary me, he nearly took the front at turn 2. That just shows you how hard he's trying here. Pratama is pushing away.
Matani's crashed at turn 2, exactly where he crashed.
Crashed out just as Pratama had a moment at the front. It looks as though the number 21, whilst trying to chase down the Indonesian at exactly the same place, has
touching these replays of Ozawa, unfortunately crashing out. The gap is up to over a second. Crunch time in race 2 for Idaki. Pratama expertly done.
Brilliant lap from Pratama on lap 8 of 11 to post the fastest lap of the race, a 2:18.354, 1.1 seconds faster than the group behind. More brain, please, Veda Pratama, just bring it home.
Gonna get a replay here then. Pratama, this is when he'd just broken the slipstream of the riders behind, crossing the line around about half a second to a second clear, and this is when he just got his head down. I think this was potentially the lap where he made that little bit of an error, a little bit of a scare on the ape's head down. He's in the groove, and when he's in this mode, Pratama, no one really this season has been able to stop him from taking victory and ultimately potentially coming in a couple of laps time from taking the tide. Hasn't done in this position all season long. Yesterday was a bit of an anomaly in tricky conditions, just hit the front of the race, clearly pushing a little bit too hard on the second lap. But we've seen this in Indonesia, in Japan, back here in Malaysia, of course. In race 2, he went on to claim his first victory of the season. Takahiro won the first race of the season. Here is the first one since Malaysia back in September. But as we cross the line, it's last lap time in Malaysia, race 2. Pratama leads by 2.1 seconds. The title is on the line for the Indonesian.
5.5 kilometres to go for Veda Pratama to make history and become the first Indonesian to win the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup and join an illustrious list of names that have gone on to Grand Prix glory. Will he join them in years to come? I mean, the way that he's managed this season so far, 6 victories, you would say very close to making that 7. A second place to his name as well. He's been outside of the top 2 on only 2 occasions. It's been near enough a perfect campaign, as unfortunately on the final lap we've got a coming together there between a couple of riders. The number 19 has gone down, that's Hafai. Couldn't really see who the second one was. They were in that second group fighting it out for a top 6 finish. But what a performance it's been today from Pratama. What a season it's been for the young Indonesian as well.
It was Al Sahuti who unfortunately went down at turn 1 with the Malaysian Hafai, but Pratama then, half a lap to go. He'll be dreaming of this. This is exactly what we would have wanted coming into race 2. Undoubtedly the pressure would have been high, especially after yesterday's crash, but he's dealt with pressure all season long. He's had a stellar season, has the number 7 of Pratama, well worthy of the championship. The battle rages on for P3 and P2. Idaki can see Pratama out front. He knows that this is all he can do, finish as high as possible. Ogiwara currently holding second place for Pratama. A couple of corners to negotiate and he will be crowned the 2023 champion.
Idaki's definitely going to have a go here as we go in towards the final corner, turn 15. Just one opportunity left for the final podium places, but of course our attention, our focus is on the number 7. Round of applause early from the team members from the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup paddock. One corner to go for Veda Pratama to wrap up this championship, but it's all on the line for second and third. Who's going to take it?
Oh, Idaki up the inside and out of shape. Who's that going up the inside? I couldn't quite see, but it is all about Veda Pratama. Indonesia, stand on your feet. A new star is born. Veda Pratama wins his 7th race of the season, and he is the 2023 Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup champion. Veda Pratama, congratulations, what a season, what a victory. Number 7 for the number 7, and he is the 2023 title winner.
As well. The force is with him, Darth Vader.
Very good, very good. I hope next weekend in Qatar, a big fat number 1 will be slapped on the front of Pratama's machine. He can go there and just enjoy what the Losail International Circuit will bring. No sunglasses yet, obviously just taking the photo.
Maybe burger and chips as well.
posing for the photo, the three of them. We'll be speaking to them very shortly indeed, but here is Veda Pratama's championship video.
This is a champion's performance so far from Pratama. What a lap this is from the Indonesian.
And it is victory for Pratama.
This is Pratama's break for victory.
What a race, what a weekend for the Indonesian.
And there he goes.
Perfection again from Pratama.
Veda Pratama, 4 in a row. Catch him if you can.